guys, welcome back to my channel. ColourPop kindly sent me over their new Lilo and Stitch collection, and I'm going to share with you what's in the collection and my opinions and thoughts on the products. So if you guys want to see the look I come up with today and my opinions on the products, then carry on watching. So I'm going to show you the products in the collection as we go through the makeup look. So we're going to start with eyeshadow first. So we got two products for eyes in this collection. So first up we've got a palette. So this is the Beach Dreamin' palette, which I have used already. In fact, I put on screen the look I've done with the collection already over for my Instagram. So if you want to see how I created that look, then go have a look on my Instagram. I'll leave the link in the description. So this is the Beach Dreamin' palette. I absolutely love the packaging. I think it's so cute. And obsessed with this colour story as well. That periwinkle like lilac shade is literally one of my favourite colours to wear on my eyes. So yeah, absolutely love that shade. And this green shimmer as well down here, I absolutely love that on the eyes in my recent look. So I've got pink and blue clips in, I've got a pink top, and I've got blue flower earrings. So I think we're going to stay with that theme today, and I think we're going to use the pinky red shades here and maybe put the periwinkle sort of shade in the inner corner for today's look, and then yeah, everything will look nice and cohesive. So that's the eyeshadow palette, and then we also get these two shadow sticks. So we get a more lilac shade and then like a teal sort of shade. So this one is Alien Vibes, which is like a teal sort of turquoise colour. And then this one is He's All Yours, which is like a lilac-y, it's got like bluey sort of reflex in there as well. So yeah, gonna pick one of them to use in today's look as well. But yeah, that's everything we get in this collection for eyes. I'm just gonna prime the lids really quickly and then we can get going. Also, I'm sweating so much today. It's about 30 degrees and I've got lights on me everywhere. So yeah, if you see me with a sweaty upper lip today or sweat dripping down my forehead, then mind your business. Probably picked the wrong day to film for YouTube, but yeah, I needed to film, so we're just gonna have to put up with it. Okay, let's get going. So just prime the lids with the Plouise base. Also, has anyone seen the new Lilo and Stitch movie? Because I really want to go and see it. And me and my boyfriend were going to see it when it first came out, but I actually got like the flu for like a week and a half. So yeah, I didn't want to go to the cinema while I had the flu. And now they're only showing it at like 4 PM. Yeah, and I don't finish work till 6:30, so I can't go and watch it at the minute, and I'm desperate to go and see it. So let me know in the comments if you've seen it and your thoughts on the movie. But yeah, me and my boyfriend love Stitch. I think he's like the cutest little thing ever. So yeah, this is such a cool collection. So let's start with this red shade here, which is shade Sweet Lilo. Pigment is insane. And we're just going to put this all over the lid. Kind of like if we were starting to do like a black smoky eye, but we're just doing it with a red. Just patting this all over the lid like so. ColourPop actually have really nice matte eyeshadows. I do like their shimmers, but I feel like some of them are different formulas to the other shimmers in the palette. I don't know if they've got like two different formulas that they use with their shimmers, but I prefer the ones that are more like a true shimmer. Oh, it's been a while since I've played with red eyeshadow. Just taking a clean brush and just blending over the edges of that red, and then we're just going to take that shade above it, which is this one here, shade Hibiscus, which is more of like a rosy pink sort of shade, and we're just putting that slightly higher. To be fair, they're quite similar shades, aren't they? But they could have done maybe with like a lighter pink than this, because once that red sort of blended out, it's kind of looks like this shade anyway. We're just blending the edges out as I apply the shadow. Just want to keep it nice and soft. I should have made an actual plan for this look. I'm kind of just winging it, but sometimes winging a look actually turns out to be some of my favourite looks, so we're just hoping that that happens today. Okay, and then doing the exact same thing, we're just going to take a clean brush and blend over them edges. Just feel like using a clean brush each time just helps to make everything look really soft. You can always just go back in and add a little bit more pigment if you lose that. Yeah, really just helps to soften everything out. Like, how much better does that look than before? So in the last look I did with this palette, I really liked using that lilac shade on the brow bone. Just really loving like a colourful brow bone moment. So today we're going to try the eyeshadow stick on the brow bone and see if this gives a similar effect. So I'm just going to run a bit on the back of my hand like that and see if we can pick it up with the brush. If not, we might just have to draw it on the brow bone, but let's see how this works. I mean, it's there, but it's not giving too much pigment. Let's see if we can, oh no, that was good of me. It's fine, it still works. Right, let's see if we can draw a bit on the brow bone and then blend it in. It does work, but it's just because it's quite a chubby stick, it's not too precise. That will do. I don't dislike it, but I do want more of a pop, so I'm going to use a bit of the lilac shade, which is called Goodness Level, and we're going to put this on the brow bone. I just think that looks so cool, just having like a coloured brow bone. I've been really enjoying doing this in my looks lately. Just looks so cool. And these two colours together are literally my favourite colour combo at the minute as well. Like, how cool does that look? Like, it's just such a cool colour combo. And we've lost a bit of that rosy pink shade, so just going to go back in to blend that up into the lilac shade. And you can still see a bit of that glitter coming through that lilac shade as well, which looks quite cool on the brow bone. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it on the other side as well, just so it matches. And I want to do the whole of that inner corner there with that periwinkle lilac shade, but I'm going to use this as a base first because we've used this one and you can still see a few of the blue shimmers coming through, so I want to see what this one looks like under that shade as well. So this was the shade Alien Vibes, and I'm just going to draw it on the eye like that, and then just take a brush and just pat out the edges. They do blend out really nicely, like they don't dry down as soon as they're applied to the eye, but I do think they'd look a little bit better if you didn't apply a base underneath, because you can kind of see, let's zoom in, you can kind of see the base underneath just looking a little bit patchy, but I have quite veiny eyelids, so I feel like I do need an eyeshadow base, especially in that inner part. Let's see if I can blend that bit in a little bit better. I mean, that does look quite cool as it is, but I want to apply this shade here, and we're going to pat that everywhere we just put that shadow stick. Oh, I love that. How sick is this colour combo? I love it. Just making sure the edges are blended, but not too much because we want to keep that pigment. And yeah, you can still see a bit of the shimmer coming through from that shadow stick underneath, which kind of gives it like a soft shimmery effect, which is quite cool. Okay, perfect. And then just making sure it blends into that rosy shade. And then I kind of want to add a shimmer where they meet each other just to make it blend a little bit better. And there is like a rosy reddish sort of shimmer in the palette. So this is shade Family. I'm going to try it without wetting the brush first. We're going to put it here where they meet each other. So it's not as pigmented as the green was. in my previous look, but it's doing the job. Do I regret doing that? Do I regret doing that? And just tapping back over with that rosy shade just to tie it down a little bit. Kind of regret doing that, but we move. Why is there a line there? Why is that bit gone? Was that the shadow stick or is it the shimmer? I think it might have been the shadow stick. Don't know, I'm going to see if I can cover it with this shimmer here, because the mattes aren't really covering it. So this is shade Waves All Day, which is a bit more glittery than the other shimmers. Yeah, this one's a little bit more glittery. Kind of like a topper. Yeah, that's disguised it a little bit, so that's good. Okay, so this is what we're looking like so far. I want to add a bit of dimension to the lash line, so we're going to go in with the dark purple, which is this one here, shade 626. I'm going to stamp this along the lash line, but I'm not going to make anything too sharp. I'm going to keep it nice and blended, and then we're going to go all the way across right into that inner corner, keeping it nice and buffed out. And then I'm going to take an angled small brush and create an inner corner wing with that same 626 shade, and then just neatening up with a bit of concealer. So that's everything for the top lid. I'm also going to do the under eye now as well, because it's nothing too like smoked out. I want to keep it quite close to the lash line. So I'm just taking a bit of blue paint in my waterline. This is Plouise in Indigo Idol. It's quite similar to that dark purple shade. So I'm just putting this down first. And then we're going to press that dark purple shadow just over the top of that paint, just so everything matches. That paint would just help for that shadow to stick to it and not move. And then I'm going to go back in with that rosy pink colour and put this all over the lower lash line like that, taking a clean brush and then just buffing the edges. And then I kind of want to add a little bit of that green shimmer again, because I just loved it in my last look, and I think it'll be a nice pop of colour. So this is No Bad Days, and just putting that here, just under the inner corner wing, like so. I love that green so much. Oh yeah, I'm happy I added that. That looks so cool. Just going to quickly line my lash line with a bit of black liner, just so the lashes blend in a little bit better. And then just adding a bit of mascara. This is the Maybelline Sky High in black. I'm going to put a bit on the bottom as well. Cute, I love it. So I'm going to do the other eye off camera, and I'm going to put some lashes on as well. So these are the To the Moon lashes from Made by Mitchell, and I'll be back to show you the finished eyes. Okay, so that's eyes all completed. Lashes are still drying, so if you can see some glue, that's why. So in terms of skin products in the collection, first up we've got a cream blush. This is like a pH adjusting blush, so it looks, that's the outside packaging by the way, so it looks blue. So it looks blue, and once it's adjusted to the pH of your hand, you get this like pinky sort of purpley sort of colour. So that's the colour of the blush. So obviously it adjusts, I can't say that word. So obviously it adjusts to your pH, but everyone pretty much has the same pH, so it's going to be sort of the same colour on everyone anyway. So yeah, we get a cream blush in the collection, and then we also get a Super Shock highlighter in shade Ohana. I don't know how you say that. It is the packaging. It's got a sort of holographic effect, and this is what it looks like. So it's got turquoise and purple sort of marbling effect in there, and this is the colour. So it comes out like that. I actually really liked this highlighter when I tried it in my other look I did with this collection, so excited to use that again actually. And I actually really like the cream blush as well, so yeah, ColourPop do some really nice cheap products. So yeah, let me get my base on and then I can let you know about these two products on the skin. Also forgot to give you my final thoughts on the eyeshadow palette. Absolutely love the eyeshadow palette. Obsessed with the colour story. In terms of the eyeshadow sticks, they're not my favourite product from ColourPop. I can get them to work for me, but I'm just not a cream eyeshadow sort of person in general. So yeah, 100% recommend the Lilo Stitch palette, but I don't dislike the eyeshadow sticks, they're just not for me. But if you are an eyeshadow stick person, then you might enjoy them colours. The colours are really pretty though. The lilac one with like the bluey sort of duochrome effect is really nice shade. So yeah, let's move on to skin. Okay, so base products I've used. So I put on E.l.f Halo Glow, Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and then I've cream bronze with my Moira Stay Golden cream bronzer. And now it's time to try the blush. So you're going to take a brush like this and just run the brush in the product and then start applying to the cheek. It's actually such a pretty colour on the skin. I don't really get these like pH adjusting things. I feel like most of the colours just end up looking the same on everyone, but it is such a pretty colour, and I do think it's quite cool how it's like blue in the pan. Yeah, pretty colour. And I do really like the finish as well. It gives a really nice like glowy finish, but it's not like sticky. So yeah, I really do like the blush. ColourPop do some really nice blushes. I love their like glowy, I think they're called the glowy weightless blushes. I've been using them so much recently. I've really been enjoying them. So yeah, they're one of my go-tos at the minute. I'm just going to put some on the nose. And then going back in with my concealer sponge, I'm just going to go over the edges just to make sure it's blended nicely into my concealer. Yeah, it just gives a really nice flush of colour to the skin. So if you do like Stitch, it's a nice little collectible to have if you like these sort of blushes. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this one at the minute, so yeah, do recommend that. So I'm just going to go ahead and powder the skin, add a bit of a powder, bronzer and blush, and then we can go in and try the highlighter. Okay, so use my Makeup Gallery Smoothly Does It Pressed Powder to set the skin. Use my Kiko Sunkissed Luminous Bronzer. Been obsessed with that bronzer at the minute, I can't stop using it. Used a bit of my Maybelline Mitchell Blush Pod in Cool Down. It's got sort of like a purpley, sort of a luminous effect. So just use that to top over the cream blush we use, because you can still see that coming through on the skin. And then just went in with my Plouise Brightening Powder in Milkshake, just to blend in the edges of my blush into the skin a little bit better. So now we can use the Super Shock highlighter in shade Ohana. Just quickly going to refresh the skin with the SheGlam Matte Fresh Setting Spray, just so the highlighter has a little bit of something to stick to. We're going to go in with the highlighter, and I'm going to actually try and use mostly the bit with the blue in, just to see if the blue comes out in the highlighter. I can see a bit of blue in there, but you get mainly that like champagne gold colour. I just love this highlighter. I think it's a really nice formula. It just looks, it kind of just melts into the skin as soon as you apply it on the cheeks. Kind of like a cream would, but obviously it's not a cream, it's a powder. But yeah, just look at that. It gives like the most stunning glow to the skin. Gonna put a bit on the chin, a bit on the tip of my nose, and then a bit down the bridge. And I'm also gonna put a bit here as well, just to add a bit of glow to the forehead. So yeah, the highlighter is actually one of my favourite products from this collection. I've been using it quite a bit recently and just, oh, the glow is just stunning. Yeah, love that. Moving on to lip products, I'm just going to take my lip balm off my lips. So we got three ultra glossy lip glosses here. So these are the three. So this one here is called Experiment 626. Then we've got the Super Sweet lip gloss, and then we've got Surfer Vibes, which is this one. So I'll swatch them all on my hand. Also, how cute are they? That's literally the cutest packaging of lip gloss I've ever seen in my life. So we've got a more like bright pinky sort of red shade, and then we've got like a pinky light nude sort of shade, and then we've got like a bright coral red sort of shade. So they're the three we get in the collection. They're all nice and different from each other, so I like that they're not all too similar. So yeah, let's swatch these. These smell so nice, by the way. They literally smell like strawberry sweets. This is shade Experiment 626. There. So that's the more reddish colour. And then next to it there we've got shade Super Sweet, which is the light pink shade. And then lastly we've got shade Surfer Vibes, which is more of like a hot pink sort of shade. So they're the three colours we get in the collection. I'm going to use this shade today, Surfer Vibes, for my lip combo. In my last look I used this shade, so if you want to see what that shade looks like on the lips, then you can go and have a look on my Instagram. Really like this formula, super glossy. The only thing I wish about it is that the applicator let out a little bit more product than what it does at a time, because I felt like I had to dip in a few times to get the right amount of gloss on the lips as I wanted. But yeah, gonna line the lips quickly with the Plouise lip liner in shade Rich Tea. Okay, so that's the lip liner on. Let's take the shade Surfer Vibes. These smell so nice, by the way. Oh, actually, they all actually have different scents, I think. Or do they? Yeah, this one's sort of like vanilla scented, the pink one. The corally red shade is like strawberry, and then this one is really strong. It's like a really nice, it's like that watermelon scent that you get in a lot of products. But this one is stunning. So yeah, like I said, you have to dip in a few times to get the right amount of gloss you need on the lips, but it's a really nice precise applicator, so I do like that about it. My hands are really shaky today for some reason. But yeah, that's a stunning colour. Yeah, just love the feeling of these glosses. They kind of feel like lip oils, like not sticky at all. Just feels really nice and hydrating on the lips as well, and they give a really nice glossy finish. So yeah, this is the finished look. Absolutely love how the look turned out. So yeah, let's talk about my top 3 recommendations for this collection. So, well, my hair is looking a little bit greasy, needs a wash. In fact, I'm going to leave the clips in to take the pictures, because everything ties really nicely together. So yeah, my top 3 recommendations for this collection is definitely pick up one of the lip glosses, because I mean, just how cute is that packaging? It is so cute, and it's a really nice formula. If you're a nude lip kind of person, go for this one. if you like a bit of a brighter lip for summer, go for this one. And then if you're like quite a pigmented bright lip person, then this one. In fact, I think this one is probably my favourite of the three. I haven't tried this one on the lips just yet, but I'm really liking how the lips turn out today. And then my next recommendation is definitely the palette. I mean, such a nice colour story. I feel like this definitely represents Lilo and Stitch. And yeah, I've got some really cute looks out of this palette so far. So yeah, I'm excited to carry on using that. And my third recommendation would be the highlighter. It just gives the most stunning glow. And yeah, I've been using this quite a bit, so yeah, really been enjoying how this looks on the skin. So they're my top 3 recommendations. This is how the look turns out. I'm going to zoom you guys in a second so you can see the finished result up nice and close. Finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you want to see more collection based videos, because I can definitely do a few of them. So yeah, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts and opinions of the look in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!